but I bet you live in a fucking Section 8 housing and I live in a fucking mansion with Bugattis.
You don't gotta tell her that. She gonna figure it out. When you do that, you coming across as try hard. Woo! Let's go, boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And all right, guys, this video, man, I got a really heartfelt video for you guys. All right, the good and bad of having an ego in dating. I want to break down this stuff to the T because I see a lot of problems with guys, and I see guys doing this thing the wrong way, and it's actually causing them a lot of women in their life. The good and bad of having an ego in dating. Let's jump right into it. Point number one, having ego can keep your results stagnant. So guys, every single week I coach people in my academy, Modern Dating Academy, and I got guys come through, or I got guys that, you know, I talk to on Instagram Live or whatever, and these guys have ego about women, but they don't get results. You don't want to accept the fact that you're struggling with women, and that's what's keeping you stagnant with chicks. I did a live stream and the guy was like, yeah, man, I ain't been laid all year, but I mean, I'm good. I ain't really worrying about girls. But you still talking to chicks. You still trying to go on dates. I mean, I've been on a few dates, you know, this last month, but I ain't get laid. But I ain't worrying about girls anyway. You see how that makes no sense to me? A lot of guys are struggling with women because you think that you're doing good when you're not. You're not doing good. If you ain't got booty all year, you need to drop that ego immediately. If your girls ain't sweating you, you need to drop that ego immediately. Stop acting like you got it figured out when you don't. A wise man knows he knows nothing. Why are you acting like you get girls when you don't? That is insane to me. The problem is guys don't want to be looked at as less than. That's why a lot of guys have ego. And this is why this is a heartfelt message today. A lot of guys, you don't want to be looked at as less than. You don't want to be looked at as incompetent. But how are you going to get better if you don't get help? How are you going to get better if you don't practice? How? I'm going to give you an example. One of my students, he came to me, he's like, Fit, I'm really scared about approaching girls. What do I do? I said, bro, you're going to approach 2-3 girls every single day. He slept with the second girl he approached. He's like, bro, this is crazy. I was like, bro, but imagine if you didn't come to me and say, hey, man, how do I get better at this? He had to drop his ego to see results. A lot of guys, oh man, I ain't worrying about girls, man. I ain't worrying about girls. But you ain't seen no booty. You ain't seen no cheeks all year. We in October. You ain't seen no booty yet. Guys, if you're not doing good with something, if you're a guy watching this video right now and you are not doing as well as you want with women, but you're telling yourself that you are, who are you fooling? How are you not as delusional as these women that claim that men are the problem? We talk about women. These girls ain't this girls ain't this. Oh, they say men are the problem. How are you not as delusional as them? If you're not doing well with women, but you think you are. If you're not doing well with women, but you don't want to seek help. You want to act like you're doing good. If your ego can keep your results stagnant, your ego will keep your results stagnant. If you're a guy that wants to lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're doing good with women when you're not, guess what's going to happen? Every time you have a problem with women, who you going to blame? You're not going to blame yourself, you're going to blame women. You ain't going to want to get better, you're going to say you don't have a problem. And what's going to happen is going to be a cycle. You struggle, you blame other people except yourself. You don't seek help, you struggle. You struggle, you blame other people except yourself. You don't seek help, you struggle. It's a cycle. Insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over. You're struggling because you haven't practiced. How are you going to put into action new tools, new examples? Get out there. How are you going to get rid of your fear of anxiety, fear of approaching women if you don't practice? If you think you got it figured out. Having ego when it's not justified can keep your results stagnant. Number 2, having ego can scare away masculine women. This is a good one. This is a positive side of having ego. Guys, the late great Kevin Samuels once said this, being cutthroat will repel the masculine women. And that is so true. That is the truest thing, one of the truest things, God rest his soul, I've ever heard. Listen to me very carefully. When you're a guy of high standards, you're a guy of principles, you're a guy that doesn't take BS, what do you think that does to those masculine girls who think that men are the problem? Or who think that a man should bend over backwards for them? They run away from you. They don't want to deal with those kind of guys. Oh no, they don't. Oh no, the FedEx Phyllises of the world, they don't want to deal with me. The guys with principles, the guys with standards, the guys who have self-respect, oh no. They need somebody to walk all over. They need somebody who don't have a backbone. You repel those girls. That's why you hear them say, I don't want a guy with a lot of options. Think about that, guys. What on a primal level, women are hardwired to want a man with options. I ain't gonna compete for no man. Women are hardwired to compete for a high value man. If a woman is saying those things, what do you think she is? She's masculine. She thinks that men should bend over backwards for her. I tell guys to compete. You gotta be the best version of yourself to attract beautiful women. That's men competing. So as a woman, you think you don't gotta compete for that high value guy? Or you expect to attract a high value guy that have to compete to be a high value guy, but you don't want to compete for that high value guy. Yeah, okay, oh yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I ain't competing for no man, but you want a man that's up here. Oh yeah, good luck. Let me know how that goes in 20 years. It ain't happening. All right, so when you have principles, when you have standards, when you're not so fazed by a woman's beauty, when you're not so thirsty, when you're not hungry for some butt, when you don't need some, you repel those girls because they know they gotta bring their A game. They gotta compete for you. They gotta bring more to the table than just showing up. That's what a lot of women think is okay. Just showing up is good enough. It ain't happening. So when you have ego, when you're not tolerating her crap, when you're hey, this is how I want things done, you repel a lot of masculine women. That's a great thing. Keep repelling them. Let them go find beta males who are willing to bend over backwards for them. We need feminine, submissive women. Feminine, submissive women, guys, love masculine men, love men with principles, love men with options, because they know this is a man who had to earn that. There's no way in the world a man's gonna get to the level of being a true high-value man. His game is on point, his looks are on point, his money is on point, his status is on point, and you think you don't have to compete for that guy? He had to compete to get to that. Us men, we're not born with value. We have to earn our value by becoming better looking, making more money, having more status, becoming a better leader. That's us competing. So when a man becomes the top echelon of man, you have to compete for that kind of man. You think that kind of man is just supposed to come to you and give you the world when he had to compete to be there? It ain't gonna happen. Men have to compete to be high value. Women have to compete for high value men. Write that down, right? So when you are a woman that doesn't want to compete for that guy, you're only gonna attract beta males, simps, guys who don't have no self-respect. Real high value men, they're picking the best option for us. All right, we're picking the best woman for us. All right, so when you have ego, you repel those masculine women. That's a very good thing. Number 3, having ego can scare away feminine women. There's a 2 sides to this coin. Yes, having ego can repel masculine girls who want men with no backbone, but it can also repel and scare away feminine women. The reason being is this, and this is why you gotta learn. You have to be able to read women very, very quickly. You gotta know what kind of girl you're dealing with. This is why. Really, really feminine women who, are pure, they don't have that much experience. You trying to be this macho man and be too aggressive or like you're too stuck in your own ways. She's gonna interpret that as you having low interest in her. I have lost a lot of really feminine women in the past. And I'm looking back on how I used to act, being cold, I'm gonna give you guys an example of this. So I posted on my stories, I went shopping with my main chick and I bought her some shoes. This is my main chick of like 2 years, by the way. And I had some guys in my comments talking about I'm a simp, I'm a trick. Most of the guys had common sense. They know, obviously, to keep submissive feminine women, you gotta put into the relationship too. And I was like, hold up. So y'all don't do nice things for women? And you wonder why you can't keep no girls? I'm not saying go do nice things for girls who don't deserve it. I'm not saying lead with nice things. But if a woman is bringing to your life, treating you like a king, you can't buy her stuff? You can't do nice things for her and you wonder why you scare away all women? That was FedEx Fearless 2-3 years ago. I was too cold. I'm not gonna, no, I'm not, nah, bro. You're not gonna keep feminine women in your life if there's no type of balance between, hey, you gotta earn all this stuff I'm gonna give you, but hey, once you do, I'm gonna treat you right. If you treat me like a king, I'm gonna treat you like a queen. You can't, how you gonna have a feminine, submissive woman and you don't do nothing nice for her? When I was explaining it to some guys like, oh yeah, you're right, it makes sense. Let me stop doing that BS. I'm like, bro, are you thinking about what you're doing? How are you not as delusional as the women who think, let a man do everything for me? I'm not giving no man no wifey material unless he put a ring on it. Those are delusional women. You're doing the same thing if you have a truly feminine woman who is treating you like a king and you don't do nothing, you don't do nice things for her, you don't take her to nice places. As long as she's earning it, as long as she's bringing peace to your life, as long as she's treating you like a king, doing things for you without you asking, it's a feminine, submissive girl. You're gonna push her away by being cold? I used to make that mistake a lot. So when you have ego, when you think, I'm not doing nothing for no girl, you're just as delusional as those women who think a man should do everything for them. If a woman earns your respect, earns your love and attention, and she's showing you that she wants to be a part of your life, you do reward those women. Those are the women you take on nice trips, do nice things for. This is when you gotta be a provider, once they deserve it, once they earn it. But if you're gonna act like, I ain't gonna do nothing for no girl, you're gonna scare away a lot of feminine women. Number 4, having ego makes you pre-selected. It's a good one. So, what do you mean by that, FedEx? When you have ego, what do you think that tells women? You must be good with women. Pre-selection means other women want to be with you or other women have selected you. Having ego in dating tells women that you already must be doing well with girls. Only guys who are pre-selected have ego. Only guys who are pre-selected act like they don't need no booty. Think about it. Ego means you're not taking her crap. You know, you're making her earn everything she's getting from you. That is telling her indirectly that you already have options in women. You already have women that want you. You see how it makes sense? When you have ego, you're telling the woman, oh, he must already got girls. He must already have women in his life. Because the guys who don't have women, they just trying to get anything they can get. The guys who make it a little bit challenging for girls, we're not so hungry for some butt. We're not so thirsty. We're not complimenting you all of a sudden. Think about it. If a guy doesn't need to compliment a woman that he just met, if he doesn't have to shower her with gifts when she doesn't deserve it, is he pre-selected? Does he already have options in women? Absolutely not. So when you have ego, when you're not bending over backwards for women, when you're making women earn everything they get from you, you're telling them indirectly that you already got chicks. The reason why you're not so impressed because you already got girls. Probably got girls who look better than her. When you have ego, you come across as a pre-selected man. And lastly, this is a bad one of having ego. Having ego can make you look try hard. This is gonna happen when your ego is not justified or when you're trying too hard to make a statement. When you're trying to display your value. Hey, look at me, I got a nice car, I got a big house. You're trying to act like you have ego, like you're trying to force the ego on a woman. It makes it look like you're try hard. Ego needs to be displayed indirectly by the things you tolerate. I don't need you to go up to a woman and be like, I got 5 girls in my DMs. I got 5 girls I'm sleeping with. That's try hard. A lot of guys interpret telling a woman what they got or telling a woman what they can provide as them having ego. No. Ego is, I'm not gonna put up with your crap. I'm not gonna tolerate no BS from you. And they interpret that as you already having women. You don't have to tell them nothing. You don't have to tell the girl that you got chicks. You don't have to tell her that you got a nice house, that you're doing well in life. Let her find out for herself.
Rich,
I bet your boyfriend never like me.
What's the matter?
I bet your boyfriend never like me. But I bet you live in a f***ing Section 8 housing and I live in a f***ing mansion with Bugattis.
So when you're leading with what you can do, trying to act like you're this macho, successful, high-value guy. I'm a high-value man. You don't gotta tell her that. She gonna figure it out. When you do that, you coming across as try hard, all right? And guys, these are 5 ways that, ego, the good and bad of ego. Ask yourself, do you have more good or do you have more bad? and adjust, all right? If you're a guy, man, that wants to drop your ego and see results from women, you want to join my academy, Modern Dating Academy, have a right mentor, man, drop that ego and start seeing results, go to the pinned comment in the description and go join the Modern Dating Academy. I'm going to see you on the inside. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Love you, boys.